Good morning, children. Today we will study about the Union Judiciary, the Supreme Court. The judiciary is the third organ of the Union government. All the courts at different level in a country put together are called the judiciary. While the legislative branch makes laws and the executive carries them out, it is the job of the judiciary to interpret or explain what these laws mean and to punish those who break the laws. A single integrated judicial system has been adopted for the whole country. At the apex of the judicial system is the Supreme Court of India. Immediately below are the state high courts, and below the high courts are the district courts. All the courts interpret and enforce the state laws as well as the laws made by the Union Parliament. Subordinate courts, district courts, and high courts are all subject to the control of the Supreme Court. The Constitution says that the law declared by the Supreme Court shall be binding on all courts within the territory of India. Thus, our judicial system is a unified, single, integrated judiciary. In this chapter, according to the revised reduced syllabus, we will study about the composition of the Supreme Court, appointment of the judges, qualifications for the appointment as a judge, oath, term and removal of the judges. We will also study about the jurisdictions and the functions of Supreme Court as a court of record, enforcement of fundamental rights and writs, and judicial review. Composition of Supreme Court. At the commencement of the Constitution, the number of judges was 8, including the Chief Justice of India. The Parliament may, by law, prescribe a larger number of judges. That is, if the number of the judges is to increase or decrease, the law has to be passed by the Parliament. In accordance with an Act of 2019, the Supreme Court consists of the Chief Justice of India and not more than 33 other members. So the composition of the Supreme Court at present is 34, which consists one Chief Justice and 33 other judges. Delhi is the seat of the Supreme Court. Appointment of the judges. Every judge of the Supreme Court is appointed by the President in consultation with the Chief Justice and such other judges of the Supreme Court or High Court as he may deem necessary for this purpose. The criteria for the appointment of the Chief Justice of India shall be on the basis of seniority. Qualifications for the appointment as a judge. A judge of a Supreme Court must be a citizen of India, must have been for at least 5 years a judge of a high court or 2 or more such high courts, an advocate of a high court or 2 or more such courts for at least 10 years. He should be a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the President. Oath of office. Every judge, before he enters upon his office, has to make an oath. The oath is administered by the President of India. Term of office. A judge of a Supreme Court, including the Chief Justice, remains in office until he attains the age of 65 years. A judge may resign by writing in his own hand to the President. Removal. A judge may be removed from his office by the President on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity. The removal is done only when an address is passed in each house of the Parliament supported by a simple majority of the total strength of a house and by 2/3 majority of those present and voting in both the houses. It is then presented to the President. The President signs it and the judge is removed from the office. Jurisdiction and functions of the Supreme Court. Jurisdiction is the power that a court of law exercises to carry out judgment, to interpret laws, and to settle disputes. The Supreme Court has an extensive jurisdiction. Let's discuss them one by one. Original jurisdiction. Original jurisdiction extends to those cases which the Supreme Court has the authority to hear and decide in the first instance directly. The Supreme Court, in its original jurisdiction, entertains cases 1. A dispute between the Government of India and one or more states, disputes between two or more states, dispute between the Union and any state on the one side and other states on the other. The Supreme Court also has a special jurisdiction for the enforcement of fundamental rights. This jurisdiction is also enjoyed by the High Courts of the state. Both the Supreme Court and the High Court can issue writs to enforce rights. Original jurisdiction also extends to the cases in which an interpretation of the Constitution is involved. Appellate jurisdiction. The Supreme Court is the highest court of appeal. It means it can hear cases which come through an appeal against the decision of the lower courts. The Supreme Court can change the decision or reduce the sentence passed by the lower courts. An appeal lies to the Supreme Court from any judgment or final order of a High Court in India. The Supreme Court has a vast appellate jurisdiction and it extends to the following cases. Constitutional cases. Matters involving interpretation of the Constitution. The Supreme Court has the last word to say. Civil cases. Appeals in civil matters lies to the Supreme Court if the High Court certifies that the case involves a substantial question of law of general importance. Second, that the question needs to be decided by the Supreme Court only. Appeals in criminal matters to the Supreme Court can be done in two ways: without a certificate of the High Court and with a certificate of the High Court. Now, without a certificate from the High Court means if the High Court has changed the order of the acquittal to the Session Court and given the order of death, or if the High Court has withdrawn a case from a lower court and itself given a death sentence. Cases with a certificate from a High Court means an appeal can come to the Supreme Court when the High Court itself certifies that the case is fit to be heard in the Supreme Court only. Advisory or consultative jurisdiction. The President may obtain the opinion or advice of the Supreme Court on a question of law or a fact which is of public importance. The advisory opinion of the Supreme Court is not binding on the President as it is not a judicial decision. The Supreme Court is not bound to give any opinion on the questions submitted to it by the President. Revisory function. Revisory function means the power to review its own judgments. The Supreme Court has the power to review any judgment pronounced by it. The revisory function shows that the human judgment is fallible. That is, the court is also capable of making mistakes. It may therefore correct something that was misjudged. The Supreme Court reconsiders a final judgment to set right the miscarriage of justice. The Supreme Court cannot allow errors to continue indefinitely, as it may cause harm or damage to the general welfare of the public. Supreme Court is a court of record. A court of record is one whose judgments are recorded for evidence and testimony. They are not to be questioned when they are produced before any court. The judgments are in the nature of precedents, that is, The High Court and the other courts are bound to give a similar decision in a similar case. A court of record has the power to punish contempt of itself. It means the Supreme Court has the power to punish anyone found guilty of contempt of court. Enforcement of fundamental rights. The Supreme Court is the guardian of fundamental rights. The Constitution empowers the Supreme Court and the High Courts to issue the order or writs to enforce fundamental rights. Now, what is a writ? A writ is a legal instrument to enforce obedience to the orders of the Supreme Court. There are 5 writs. They are the writ of habeas corpus. It means you may have the body. It provides a remedy for a person who has been unlawfully held in prison or in police custody. It asks the police to produce the person in court and, if proved to be wrongfully detained, is released immediately. Mandamus. The writ of mandamus means we command, is issued to force a public body or a court to perform its duty. Prohibition. The writ of prohibition is passed to stop a lower court from overstepping its jurisdiction. It means that it prevents an inferior court from exercising powers which are not legally vested to it. The Supreme Court or the High Court may ask the inferior court to keep within the limits of their jurisdiction. Certiorari. Certiorari writ is a remedial order passed when the Supreme Court finds that the lower court has overstepped its jurisdiction. Quo warranto. The writ of quo warranto is issued to stop an unqualified person from holding a public office. Judicial review. Supreme Court's power of judicial review, its role as guardian and final interpreter of the Constitution. Now, what does judicial review mean? Judicial review means, or it may be defined as the power of the Supreme Court to examine the laws passed by the legislature and orders issued by the executive officials, both at center and state level, are in accordance with the Constitution or not. If the court finds that a law or an order of the executive is against the provisions of the Constitution, it can declare the law as null and void. The final say as to what the Constitution means rests with the Supreme Court. That is why the Supreme Court is known as the guardian and the final interpreter of the Constitution. The Supreme Court exercises the judicial review in the following ways. The Supreme Court can decide when there is a dispute between the union government and a state or between states. The Supreme Court has the power to review all national and state laws and executive orders. The Supreme Court is the guardian of the fundamental rights and is empowered to issue various writs to enforce the fundamental rights. So children, today we had studied about the organs of the government, legislature, executive and judiciary. Judiciary the third organ, and we have single, integrated, unified judicial system in our country. We read about the composition of the Supreme Court, appointment of judges, qualifications of judges, oath, term and removal of the judges of the Supreme Court. We read about the jurisdiction and powers of the Supreme Court, Supreme Court as a court of record, various writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights, judicial review and its scope. Thank you and stay blessed.